I hit $1 million run rate in just 63 days with no team, no paid ads, no fancy launch, and just one simple system to grow quickly. And by the end of this video, you know exactly how I did it and how you can build a business that prints cash, brings clients without the chaos inside of it. Because most coaches and founders, they're addicted to complexity, and it's what's slowing you down right now because they've got too many offers, they've got too many funnels, they have too many people on payroll, and still there is no real freedom. Their systems are complex, their margins are razor bloody thin, and they spend all their days doing busy work instead of actually making what is going to become an asset that makes money, whether you're online or whether you're offline. So I decided to go the other way. I stripped everything down to one offer, to one funnel, to one conversion mechanism, and one metric to follow it. And what happened? It exploded really bloody quickly. And I'll break down exactly how that worked in just a minute. Okay, so context on this, which is really important. See, I was able to hit the million run rate in just 63 days with a brand new offer after I had just sold my multi-seven-figure coaching business. And honestly, I was pretty burnt out after it. So what happened was I was on the last Zoom call. I was getting kicked out of all the platforms, saying my final goodbyes to everybody, and I hit end call to the Zoom. And that was it. I was 100% exited out of the company. I'd successfully sold. It was done. I got up, I walked out, I went down to a cafe, met my wife, had a sparkling water. About 30 minutes later, I was like, I'm bored. I know what I want to do next. And I went straight into it, and I knew I wanted to go into a consulting offer because when I did sign away the company, I then did it with a non-compete and a bunch of things saying I couldn't do certain things and I couldn't share certain things, which was perfectly fine, but I could do a consulting offer. And so that's what I went into. And honestly, I was burnt out from the actual business I'd just gone into. So my mistake was next time, give myself a little bit of time. But if your business feels stuck or scattered and you feel like you're working 10 times harder than you need to be, then I will help you fix it. Because the one promise I made to myself after I sold my business, and why I wanted to actually get straight into that new offer, is the promise was this time I had to make it feel light. No more 15-person team, no more massive busy Slack channels, no more big payroll, no more pretending that I love to grind. I wanted to build something that made money, that made sense, and was really light and easy for me to be able to do. So I stripped everything back and I got crystal clear on who I help and the one painful problem that I solve and how to deliver that result in a way that didn't actually require me working 10-hour days. Now, this is really important. Take a moment to actually sit and reflect and use this. Is what is it that is the one painful problem that you solve with your marketplace? And are you actually known for that? And do you have a simple way to be able to deliver that result that's light and easy? Gets your clients amazing, amazing results. We never want to sacrifice on that. But also on the other side, you're taking care of yourself. You have a system that is replicatable, repeatable, predictable to be able to get them results without you stuck being behind on tons of Zoom calls or you just being stuck behind your MacBook all day charging away. So that clarity, that changed everything. Because once you remove that noise, you can finally start to see the signal. And I realized I didn't need to scale harder. I needed to focus deeper. And it comes down to what is your one offer? What is your one pathway? What is the one result that you are known for with this? And then that's it. You can just nail that down because the three things that I simplified to be able to hit $1 million in 63 days was the offer that most people create are going to sound clever, but they don't solve pain. Okay, they might sound clever, but they don't solve pain. I built one around the most urgent problem that my market had, and it made the result unavoidable. And the way you know that you've got this, that you've cracked it, is your offer passes the hell yes test. If your audience hears it and doesn't immediately think, I need that, it's too vague. One problem, one promise, one path to get there. So for example, with my new company, the Rainmakers, I built a no-brainer offer. Here's how simple it is. We help coaches and founders scale to $1 million in profit by installing one predictable client-getting system that signs 5 to 20 high-value clients a month without big ad budgets, without huge teams, and only working 2 to 4 hours a day. That's it. If somebody resonates with that, then we know that we are the right fit for them. We can give them exactly what it is that we want. One painful problem solved, one system installed, one clear result. Because what I want with my offers, with your offers, is when someone hears it, they instantly know that's exactly what I need. That's the response that you're looking for. And that's what makes an offer a no-brainer. If you've made it this far, seriously, thank you. I appreciate you being here. But real quick, if you are a coach or consultant who wants to be able to build a self-growing business without bloated team, a big ad budget, or working more than 3 hours a day, then make sure that you hit subscribe, because everything I share here is built for founders just like you, because it's likely that you are done chasing bigger and ready to build better. So let's get back to it. Okay, number 2, the delivery. Now, I removed everything that I didn't have directly tied to getting results. So there's no bloated programs, there was no unnecessary calls, there's no 47 modules or school community. It was just, I asked, how can I get my client the results faster, easier, without me? That was it. That was what I had to sit down and to be able to answer, because leverage isn't about automation, it's about efficiency. When you design delivery around outcomes, not effort, you scale faster with less strain. When I created our new Rainmakers delivery, I removed everything that directly drive to results. There was no long courses involved, there's no endless calls, there's no 200 slide trainings or a bunch of videos to be able to watch. I just simply asked, how can we help clients win faster with less complexity and with less of me involved? And guess what? They get results a hell of a lot quicker, because the way that we built the Done With You engine is weeks 1 to 2, we clarify their offer and we give them their fast cash campaign. So they get cash and clients really quickly out of the gate. Weeks 3 to 5, we're actually building and launching their funnels and ads. So they're not having to do anything whatsoever. We're doing all of the heavy lifting. Week 6 to 8 is we optimize the process and we hand them the keys and show them how to run it in just 2 to 4 hours a week. It's simple, it's systemized, it's scalable, and every client gets a result. And that's what you've got to build inside of your coaching business. Now, which leads me to number 3, the messaging. Most people's marketing confuses instead of converting. It confuses instead of converting, because they try to be clever, they're trying to impress their peers, impress their colleagues. And that's when I stopped selling complexity and started selling with clarity. I stopped selling the tactics and I started selling the transformation, because every ad, every video, every line of copy answered one question. Here's what we do, here's who it's for, here's why it works. Ask yourself, does your copy, can you go back to one of your previous social media posts? Can you go back to one of your emails? Can you go back to one of your ads? And is it going to tick the boxes of, here's what we do, here's who it's for, here's why it works? Because our message now is, we install the exact one funnel system top coaches are using to sign 20 plus high value clients every month. That's it. That one line alone filled our calendar. That one line alone, if that resonates with you, is what is going to be like, yes, I have the solution you want, and it's really easy for us to be able to give it to you. Because when you combine those 3, a clean, simple offer, a lean delivery model, and clear messaging, everything compounds on top of that. That's how I went from 0 to $1 million run rate in just 63 days. It's not because I did more, it's because I finally stopped doing the crap that just does not matter. So if you're sitting there right now and you're thinking that your business feels heavier than it should, you feel a little bit more stuck and you want to have a bit more simplicity, you want to simplify your offer, you want to simplify delivery, you want to simplify your messaging. I wasn't going to include this in here. I'm going to include this in this episode as a little bit of a bonus for you right now, because I actually think this is really important. Sharan Shavata, a fantastic mentor and friend for me that's now the president of acquisition.com, shared something with me years ago that I have used with myself and I use with my clients, and I call this exercise the Sharan timeline. Now, if you are seeing this, it means I've asked him and he said it's all cool for me to share this with you. So here is the Sharan timeline that I use. Really simple. Get a piece of paper or an iPad, draw a line horizontally from left to right. And on the left-hand side is the beginning. It's when a client first gives you money. On the right-hand side, it's going to be when your client gets to the promised land, gets to the milestone, gets the result that you are essentially promising them. On the bottom of the line, you're going to write down in order all of the steps they have to go through, they have to do to be able to go from where they're starting with you to achieving the result. Above the line, you're going to fill out everything that you do, your system, your company, your delivery method method does to help them get to from when they start to getting to the result. It is profound when you go through this timeline exercise that Sharon shared with me, how easy it is to be able to see what is needed and what is not needed in this process. And that's why I wanted to share this with you right now as it comes up, because I think that's actually one of the key things. I don't want you just watching more YouTube videos, listening to more podcasts, scrolling through and just thinking it's more shit. Do the stuff that actually bloody works. And that's what I want to share here in this episode and in every bloody episode in this channel. So what Sharon was able to share with me with that timeline exercise is what I want you to be able to do before you go and watch something else. Because if you go and watch something else right now and you don't take a couple of minutes, 2 minutes to quickly map that out and you can come back to that later, I don't think you're serious. There, I said it. However, to bring us back into alignment, I want you to be able to have one question answered. What's the cleanest path to $1 million that doesn't wreck my life? If you want me to break down the exact model, then I'll actually pop a link in the description for you to be able to see exactly how that works and exactly how to plug it straight into your business as well. Because you don't need to work harder. You don't need to be doing more, and especially more of the stuff that so many people are saying, because it's old, outdated advice. You just need a simple machine that works for you even when you are offline and enjoying your life. All right, that's it for today. And if this did hit home for you today, and if you are building a business that's meant to give you more money and more freedom, then I want you to be able to do 2 things before you go. 1, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because it'll be a bummer if you missed out on everything else to come. Number 2, grab the link in the description and be able to book in your free demo so you can see the exact systems, the exact process, and you can be able to install it inside of your business. Because remember, this channel is for coaches and creators who want a daily income, simple systems, and to be able to take time off. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.